Can I get a ho? It's that time again. You're now live with the Mosh Jelton Show, Tampa Bay's #1 alternative podcast show. Happy holidays.
What's poppin'? What's shaking? What's going on? It's your boy Mosh Jelton. Man, that beat makes you just want to freestyle the intro. I was like, yo. Oh, that's right. Here we are. The Mosh Jelton Show. That was our little holiday mashup that DJ Eddie Valiant made for us. You guys are tuned in live right now to the Mosh Jelton Show. Every Monday night from 8 to 10 p.m. we are live right here on RadioSt.Pete.com as well as themoshjeltonshow.com, the Internet Radio Network, IRNBroadcast.com, and everywhere else. Ooh, that was dope. Listen to this. It's like Rudolph. Oh, what fun it is to ride. It was not. Man, DJ Eddie, it was good, bro, but I lost my footing. I didn't know if we were doing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or what we were doing, but I do know what we are doing, and that is we're live. It's the Mosh Jelton Show. I am your host, Mosh Jelton. We've got a lot to talk about. We are on Sunshine 96.7 FM, Radio St. Pete, RadioSt.PeteOnline.com.
That's right.
And I'm here with my co-host,
Beatbox Bob.
Yeah. And with Beatbox Bob, we have
Skress.
We have
Skress.
nothing less
But the best.
Mosh Jelton, Beatbox Bob, Skress, and that guy over there.
Yo, it's your boy, Brandon Michael Krebser, always in the building.
Always in the building, Brandon Michael Krebser. And last but certainly not least, we've got the guy,
Ian
Buckshot. We're getting down, and it's a holiday feeling, man. I'm feeling festive. It's December. Is this our first show of December live?
I don't
Might have did one in the beginning of the month.
Well, we're live. We're getting down. Beatbox Bob, how you feeling, bro?
I can't complain. Life is awesome, brother. Working, getting it done.
You can't complain, or you just won't?
I should not.
Because I bet you, if you tried, you could complain.
I mean, actually, I'd say I'm pretty dang content, man. Life is good right now.
You're content, or there's contention?
Neither. I'm doing well.
Well, that's good. Skress, anything crazy go on during your week?
Nope. Just doing some holiday shopping, trying to get that all wrapped up.
No pun intended.
Right.
It's me and you. You're co-hosting the Sunshine Show tomorrow night on Sunshine 96.7 FM at 11 p.m. Me and you. Are you nervous?
A little bit, but I think it's going to be good.
All right. I completely I believe in you. And if you had one thing special that you wanted to say about your performance that you're going to do tomorrow night, what would it be?
It will be...
Brandon Michael Krebser's in the building, bro.
Yeah,
How are
boy.
you, man?
Good, man. Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm going to need you to have some dexterity with your face in that microphone. We've got a lot of people in the studio, so we've got different microphones. Brandon and Buck, they have to share a mic. We thought we were going to have two more people. We still might have some more people. But you good, Brandon Michael Krebser?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was expecting a trial run of the Brandon Krebser show that you were starting. What happened to that?
Everything's all set up in the room. Just got to hit that record button now. I just hear first, and then I'll do that next time, for sure.
What I'll do is I'll raise you guys' microphone a little bit louder so you don't have to get in too close. But, yeah, I really want to hear it, man. I want to hear your new show, brother.
It's going to be good. The first night I'll probably do solo, a couple takes. See where we are at, you know what I mean? Figure things out.
That's what's up. Ian Buck?
Yeah.
You're working for major corporations. You're working for major radio companies. You're out there doing your thing. I see you doing it big. How you doing?
Man, I've been doing great. Just been hitting all these awesome events, enjoying life, working hard instead of hardly working, you know what I'm saying? And reaping the benefits of my rewards,
Are you sowing rewards?
I'm sowing the seeds and then literally growing money out of the ground, Mosh.
You're reaping what you sow.
Yeah, but in a good way. So, for example, I was actually fortunate enough, whether that's with timing or saving and whatnot, but I'm going to see the Kenny G show tomorrow night.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kenny G, you're going to some jazzy thing, huh?
Oh, bro, it's sophisticated, smooth, and it's gonna be like Christmas themed, dude. So it's like some jazz Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
So we've never seen Ian Buck with a chick, and now he's going to a Kenny G concert. Is it fair to assume, Bob?
I think, yeah, it's pretty fair to assume.
So he likes music.
Yeah.
He does like music.
He's a music.
Oh yeah.
We wouldn't assume that your sexual preference at all.
What do you mean?
Kenny G concert.
Yeah.
Never seen you with a female.
Well, that's by choice, Mosh.
No, I've looked. It's not by choice. I've actually tried to see you with a female.
Well, no, not by your choice, by mine. You know what I mean?
What
That's the
about
difference.
those hookers I brought in from Thailand? You didn't want nothing to do with them.
Well, they always say, watch out. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if they're female.
They always say watch out. They do. They say watch out indeed.
Yeah.
Plenty. They say watch out a lot in the radio business because hair today, gone tomorrow.
Ooh.
If you guys listen to Tampa Bay radio at all and understand how good I am at transitions, then you'll understand. Roger and JP, which has been on the bone for around a decade, they are the 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. lunchtime drive slot. Roger and JP, their show is no more on the bone.
So sad.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You haven't heard of this?
That hurts.
Get dexterous.
It does.
Oh, that hurts.
Why is that?
Well, there's a lot of speculation. First of all, Roger and JP, they've been doing it for a minute. They were a lot of people's favorite show on the bone. We've taken bits that they've done and manipulated them into our show. We almost set up our show around their show with a little Drew Garabo in it.
Right.
So they've been there. They record mornings in New York, and then immediately they do Tampa Bay from New York with Monica in there and Dizzy. And for those of you guys that listen to talk radio, you guys know that the bone is the biggest, and everybody loved Roger and JP. Nobody knows exactly why. There's a lot of speculation,
Right.
but it seemingly came out of nowhere. It's the end of the year, and we've always said, radio changes in December and January.
Always, yeah.
So it's unfortunate to see him go. I don't know exactly why.
Maybe their contract ended. Maybe that might be a thing.
I think they said that they just signed a new contract like last year for 4 years, I heard.
For
and then,
4 years?
Yeah, and then maybe it was something about budget. I don't know.
Budget.
Something like that.
Do you
Come
think
on.
do you think they were getting high, like one of the higher paid guys?
You would think that they were some of the higher paid guys?
I'm saying they get them from all the way from New York.
They've got to be at least getting some sort of a pretty penny from that, right?
We're wondering, like, why would they go? Let's say that they didn't want to go.
Right.
So why would they be let go? What's your instinctual, maybe they had a choice between shows that they had to let go.
Right.
And they decided to let them go? Or did they just let them go because of something that they weren't doing correctly?
See, that's, I think my instinct says that they weren't doing something right. That there's something somewhere. Maybe they weren't getting the listenership that they would have gotten prior. And that I feel like that they're clearing the way, Cox Media is clearing the way, clearing the Roger and JP show for something that they think might test very well.
Well, they can't. I don't see anything homegrown unless you're going to break up good shows.
Well, yeah, but all right. I'm looking at this, right? I'm thinking that Senning is going to get some of his chops in for that, right? And so I feel like maybe they might introduce Senning and maybe Dizzy on a show for the afternoon drive.
I made this crazy suggestion that got a lot of response in the Bone group.
Okay.
I said we can solve this immediately. Put John Senning at 11 to 2 with anybody,
Right.
and then let Drew Garabo do In Your Face again.
See, that's see.
Because
Exactly.
we're starting to leave PC culture again. It's on its way back out.
Right.
Yeah.
It's time to bring back the greatest show Tampa Bay's ever seen, which is In Your Face with Drew Garabo, and let him run the 2 to 5, to 2 to 6, to 2 to 7.
Right.
Put John at 11 to 2. He can easily run it.
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
He's good.
If you guys want to chime in, by the way, 727-277-6530. That number again, 727-277-6530. And you can jump in the chat at themoshjeltonshow.com.
Here's my only apprehension about John Senning running a show, right? Is that, okay, he does very, very well as a B chair. He's super good at that. Is he going to have any kind of leadership role? Is he going to actually be able to take, like, the A chair for a show, you think? Like, does he have enough chops for that?
Yeah, because Drew isn't there all the time, so he'll run the show by himself a lot.
I've seen that, but it's not exactly, like, the best ever. You know what I mean? Like, he does a really well job, and he can lean on people, but, like, if he's alone in the studio, how is he going to hold?
Right.
I will say that I don't think John has had enough time at the one chair.
Right.
He makes a great two chair. I think if you get John in there with somebody who has a big personality like him, an unlikely couple for John during the lunch hour.
Yeah.
John Senning and Johnny B.
Oh, see, that's an interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That's real good.
That would be an interesting blend. I think that with all of the hard work that Dizzy's been putting into the station and stuff, I feel like if he's not on there, that would be almost disrespectful if it's a John Senning show.
Well, yeah, you put Dizzy in one of the chairs, but do you think Dizzy's a two-chair?
I feel like they could co-host. Like, John Senning could balance Dizzy out, and then they can balance each other out and just run it the same way that Roger and JP would, and then figure out a third party to have in there to bounce stuff off of.
The thing is with Dizzy, like, you got John Senning Universal, Roger Universal.
Right.
JP Universal. I think Dizzy has kind of a niche audience, and a lot of people listen to him. But is he ready to be put in a two chair to help carry an entire show? I don't know if there's a fan base that has the moat that would be accommodating for Dizzy to take the two chair yet. Maybe put him with John and Dizzy. That would be great. You could put Drew with almost anybody.
Yeah,
Drew's going to handle it.
That would be awesome.
Or they can get new people instead of switching everybody around all the time. But
The Mosh Jelton Show would be a
right?
great show.
It would.
You'd be a great actor drive. Are you kidding me?
I mean, imagine. I'll guarantee you this right now. If I got a phone call and they said, hey, Mosh, we want you to do 11 to 2 where Roger and JP used to do, I promise that I will double the listeners within 4 months.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed we would get double the listeners within 4 months. Because I'm 38, but like Jits listen to me from 21 to 22. They can vibe with me.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you've got 65-year-olds that I'm sitting down at Dunkin' Donuts talking about World War II and politics and what's going on. Yeah. I have that large swath. I've been at the low of the lows, and I've been to the rich of the rich. I've done every level of entertainment. So I could expand and make it happen. I doubt I'm going to get that call, but I tried calling Bubba again last week, and he didn't answer, but we'll push that hard in January.
Pushing and pulling.
So anybody got any other suggestions for who should jump in the Roger and JP spot?
Yeah, man.
Well, I don't have any suggestions. I was just wondering, and if you want to keep the information under wraps, I get it. But where did I'm just curious where you heard this information from about Roger and JP no longer being on air, because they've been on for a long time and they have a huge fan base. And honestly, I've been, keeping my finger on the pulse of radio more often, and I haven't seen anything in the woodwork about that.
Well, they always said, if you listen to their show, they said the dead guy in the envelope, if that answer is ever John Ritter,
right,
a game that they play, if the answer is John Ritter, that's the last day. And
they said goodbye on the show. I listened to it. Yeah.
The moment it happened, it was John Ritter, and they said, if you guys, for those of y'all listening, you know what just happened. And
when did this occur?
Last Thursday.
Monica cried.
Yeah, they all said bye.
It was a big ordeal.
It was weird. It was on a Thursday, though.
So they're keeping this under wraps big time.
Yeah, they did them dirty with the Thursday.
Yeah,
They
why not Friday?
Finish out the whole week.
So that's why it was weird, kind of.
Could be a pay period thing.
Yeah.
Could be a pay period thing. Very well. You got, Godspeed to Roger and JP, and that's a group of people that left. But when we come back from break, we've got an extra person that's going to be here.
Okay.
Hello, my good brothers and my good sisters. How are we doing today? I would like to share with you the most important message across my whole village, good sirs. It is the Mosh Jelton Show. Praise the one above. Thank you, good sirs. Thank you. If you have not heard of this extraordinary eighth wonder of the world, my good buddies, you must listen to it every 8 to 10 p.m. Mondays, Wednesdays nights at themoshjeltonshow.com. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Mosh Jelton Show. We are live like we are every Monday night from 8 to 10 p.m. right here at themoshjeltonshow.com as well as radiostpete.com and the Internet Radio Network, IRNbroadcast.com. I'm your host, Mosh Jelton. We're in tonight. We've got a full crew. I'm killing it as your host, of course, Mosh Jelton, but my co-host is Beatbox Bob, and with us we've got Jay Skress, Brandon Michael Krebser, and Ian Buck. And joining us now, a legend of the radio game, a legend of the Mosh Jelton Show, one of the pioneers of pioneering. And this guy's got so many accolades. He's got a Purple Heart. It has nothing to do with war, but there was a weird incident where I had to cut him up. It was weird, but he has a Purple Heart. He is the GOAT. He is the legendary. We have Mikey Fly in the building. What's poppin', Mikey Filasco?
I can't live up to that.
Oh, bro, you are that. That is you.
How you doing, Mosh?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to see you, bro. You look great.
Yeah, you too. You too. All you guys look great.
Hell yeah, Mikey came in. I was like, everybody hold it until we get in there, bro. There's Flasco, bro, in the flesh.
Goodness, man, I'm so happy to see you, dude. It's been forever.
For those of you guys that have just started listening recently, Mikey Fla was on the show for about 2 years. He was one of the pioneers of the show. We got him back tonight, and everybody's super stoked, man. How have you been listening at all much? Have you had time?
Here and there. When you first started doing the video, I think I watched a full show. And who's doing your editing for you?
I know, right? I finally found someone that would do it because
I see those jumps. It looks good.
Thanks. They're killing it for me. It's a little expensive, but to make it look as good as it does, you got to pay money.
Yeah, unfortunately now, with all podcasts have a video, so you just got to do it.
Sure. Or actually, no, I'm editing them.
No. All right. I'll give you a hand for that one.
I'll take it. See, like for instance, if I just pop this open, there is me editing one right there. And that's going to be a reel. So I know how to edit reels. I know how to edit videos, clips. It took me about a year from starting to being this good. And then I've got a buddy that lives in LA that does this for a living. And once he saw me actually getting in there and trying to do it, he really helped me out.
Is it Farnham?
That is Farnham. Farnham really helped me out and showed me what to do. I don't like to shoot that out there. I don't want everyone hitting him up like, Farnham, help me out. Mm-hmm. But so I got it. I can edit it. We just got the microphone for the man on the street.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that. You posted that, right?
Yeah. So it just plugs into an iPhone, and someone could just take the iPhone, or I can put the iPhone in my pocket to get the audio and have other people film. But we've got the man on the street thing. We're doing podcasts. So, we've got the show Monday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Then we've got the show from 11 p.m. to midnight. But then we do... If anybody could pop up, hey, I can pop over there for an hour. Pop over there for 20 minutes.
Right.
You popped over here for how long?
It was 45 minutes.
Buck, the last time you came over, we were in and out and done in 30 minutes, and we were talking for half of that. So you just come in for a quick minute, pop it up, get the clips, get the cast. It's pretty dope, bro.
Good. Glad to see it, really. I mean, it's you come a long way.
Thanks, man. The lighting. You were talking about the lighting.
Yeah, it's got some dome lighting in here.
Yeah, with this, because this is we're on that FM, we're on Sunshine and we're on everything. So Mondays and Tuesdays, we're not super worried about the mic. We don't even videographize the Tuesday night, but we're taking video for the Monday. I clip out all the commercials, and this is more of audio. So leave the light on so I can see what the hell I'm doing.
Right.
But yeah, no new developments in your life, man? That's pretty boring. Busy at work, getting ready for Christmas. Buying 99% of the gifts online, which is pretty nice.
Nice.
Delivered same day, next day.
Absolutely.
I was just talking to my wife, and I said, 15 years ago, we would have been running all over the place looking for things. Now you pull it up, order it, you either pick it up or have it delivered.
Right on Amazon.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Are you the type of guy that orders when you order on Amazon, you order and then pay the extra like $6.99 to have it the next day, or do you take a gamble and say, between the 17th and the 25th?
We've been pretty good with Prime. They've, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
They're pretty much on it.
So you pay for the Prime and not the extra next day.
Yeah, because you don't need to. Sometimes it'll get there at like 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
You got people in cars.
Is Prime a monthly subscription, or is something you just pay for one time?
It's once a year.
Kreb, let me ask you a question. Do you think that this was a bit about how Mike's doing, or do you think this was a bit about Amazon Prime?
I think it's on how Mike's doing with Amazon Prime.
That first Amazon one, that I was like, all right, he threw in there, he went for it. The second one. And I'm looking at Bob. I'm like, is he going to do a third one? Mm-hmm. And then he went in the third one. And then I'm like, well, now I'm going to pull him right out of thin air.
Well, the end of the bit is that I don't pay for the extra, so I take the gamble.
There was going to be an end on that bit? I didn't know. Goodness. I would have never known. Well, it's good to have Mikey Flop back. Everybody give it up for Mikey Flop. Yeah. Welcome back to the Mosh Jelton Show. It is Monday night, 8 to 10 p.m., and it's 9 o'clock right now, but from 8 to 10 p.m., the Mosh Jelton Show is live at themoshjeltonshow.com every Monday night from 8 to 10 p.m. It's also live at radiostpete.com, and it's also live at the Internet Radio Network with Mike Peter. It's myself, Mosh Jelton. We've got Beatbox Bob, Ian Buck, Jay Skress, Brandon Michael Krebser, and Mikey Floss, special guest in the studio, getting down. It's going to be lit, and I thought we were talking about pods. And Kreb, we should one time, me and you should get in here and do a podcast about battle rap. We'll get me and you because we've been deep. And then we bring in Bob, me, you, and Bob total. And then all three of us have a, what's going on in the day type. Like we can juxtapose battle rap now and just talk about it.
Right.
Us three.
Yeah, compare it from when it was when we were there in the original.
Because we were there 20 years ago.
Yeah. In the origins of Grind Time, we were the originators of the casting crew, I guess you could say, of battle rap.
Yeah,
that's how I got famous.
And then I'm a lot more contemporary. I'm a lot more modern now. So I'm young into it.
But the thing is, your perspective, you've done a couple battle raps, but your perspective will be you've been to 100 battle raps as a caddy.
Oh, yeah,
so
at least.
You've been my battle caddy for at least 50 battle raps, so you've seen it. And for those of you guys that don't know what a battle caddy is, battle rap is when two people look at each other in the face in front of a crowd and start rapping lyrics at each other. And now when it's a prepared battle, you are nervous as hell, and you're trying to remember your lines. So you need somebody in there that'll hold your shirt. Grab this. Make sure I don't get beat up by this guy. Go grab this. Grab me a drink. And so Beatbox Bob makes a great battle caddy. Fatal C wasn't
he was
bad
great
at battle caddying. You need a big guy.
Yeah, he's very
typically
big.
Yeah, you always want a big guy to kind of hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
It's like security and an assistant.
And the last battle that you did, Kreb, you went by yourself and got destroyed.
This is correct. Absolutely wrecked.
Because you didn't have any of your boys there.
Nobody. I had no caddy. It was horrible. It's like going to play golf and you have no clubs.
Oof.
Yeah. Plus, you're kind of small, bro. So you're probably people were probably treating you like prison type stuff.
No.
No?
Oh, Grind Time showed me respect, man.
You wouldn't have liked it better that way?
No. Nah, not at all.
Someone knocking at your door, big ding dong.
It's funny you say that because before the battle even happened, these dumb guys from Jacksonville, which they had a crew of 30, like it was 15, 20 Grind Time people and then like 30 people from Jacksonville. And they left their F-150 Ford truck, green in color, and there was the back window that slides open, and I was the smallest guy, so I could fit in. So I literally helped these guys get the keys out of the ignition with their truck running. In Orlando, they drove from Jacksonville, and then battled the dude with 30 of their friends all right there.
And got smashed.
Just demolished. I looked back over my shoulder and I was, no mosh. I got nothing. I got nobody. I'm looking for support here.
It's scary to be by yourself. They don't, and battle rap is different all over you can go to the UK, you can go to Canada. I've seen I know Indian battle rap is real serious.
Seriously?
Yeah, if you've ever talked to Raja, you've done battle rap in India, right?
Yes.
Why don't you just tell us and the people how battle rap is different in India than it is from here in the States?
Well, normally the people that get very famous are only very famous in the most popular regions of India, my good buddy. And I would like to tell you the main difference in the battle rap scene in the motherland is our people, they like to stay anonymous, you see.
Right.
Because if they get too famous, it might cause a global disturbance. Do you see?
Yeah, I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, the Indians are the most powerful people across the entire globe, my good buddy. And I must tell you this. If they got a hold of the battle rap scene, nobody would have any more money.
How do you feel about, but while I got you here, and I got to let you go, how do you feel about India surpassing China for the most people in the country? India has more people than any other country now.
It was destined to this day, my good buddy. See, it is known that the Indian people and the Chinese do not get along too well. I have Chinese friends, but it is a known global thing. And I would like to tell you, it makes me feel so good that we have more Indians than those other repulsive people.
Okay, now he's getting into racial stuff. Very good. Thank you, Raja.
Thank you.
Have you guys seen this damn drone stuff?
Yes.
Drones everywhere.
All sorts of
Yes.
UFOs,
They're
bro.
as big as an SUV.
So in case anybody's been living under a rock, there have been mystery drones reported flying over New Jersey and parts of the United States. And it's sparked speculation and concern throughout the entire country.
Sure.
The Associated Press says that New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy and the Senator Andy Kim have both gone out on drone hunts, hoping for answers. But the senators don't know the answers. The people don't know the answers. And you bet your ass that somebody knows the answers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
I don't think if our government didn't know, first of all, there are drones, in case you guys don't know, I hate that I have to frame this because everybody knows this, but in case you guys don't know, there have been SUV-sized drones flying above American cities, concentrated a lot right now in New Jersey, and people are taking pictures of them. They look like UFOs. They sound like airplanes. It's very, very... People are not as scared as I would think they would be. Flaw.
Well, I guess it depends on what you're looking at, you know?
What the hell do you think this is?
What do I think it is?
Yeah.
I'm 99% sure it's our government.
Well, what do you think
Because it would have been, they would have taken them down. I mean, if it was, from... What were they saying? Iranian from a mothership or something stupid.
It's definitely our government.
Yeah.
But what is our government doing?
Lying to us?
Well, yeah, they're not saying anything. They're like, oh, it's nothing to see here.
But
You know?
what are these? What are they? Drones? What are they? Here's.
All right, I have a theory just because
You give me your theory. I'm gonna give you my
I
theory.
agreed with a theory that I heard, so I'll just repeat that. But,
Okay.
our military has the capability to put sniffers on a drone, which can pick up radioactive material. So the theory is they're looking for what might be a dirty bomb that somebody brought into the country.
Okay.
New Jersey.
That's actually a really sound idea.
That was, I mean, it made sense to me. So, you know,
That's a really sound idea.
What I believe is that our government is testing out holograms.
Right.
That's what I would think it is, because our government does have the capability
isn't that Operation Bluebeam?
Was Bluebeam the holograms?
I think so.
I thought Bluebeam was the like laser technology.
Not sure. Let's go to the phone. We'll continue this. You're on the Mosh Jelton Show. What's poppin'?
Schmitty!
Schmitty! What's cracking with you, Schmitty?
Oh, what's happening, boys? It's the old school crew back in town. What's up, Mikey?
What's up, Schmidt?
Chilling. So, just to jump back into topic, you guys talking about these drones?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out. I'm saying that I believe that the United States is testing holograms in the sky because they want to make sure it works before they, what's the word? Dispatch them somewhere else.
See, I think it's a lot simpler than that. I think it's somebody testing some New Year's Eve gig. I think we're gonna get a show with drones in the sky for New Year's Eve or something simple like that. Government's well aware of it, but you don't have that type of stuff over and over and over and over again.
But if that's what it was, Schmitty, if that's what it was, then why wouldn't the government just come out and say, "Hey, we're just testing these little things. This is nothing." Why?
Because it takes away the wow factor when it does happen. I think who knows? It's obviously not that, but it's just a good thought.
Okay. It's obviously not that.
Another switch of subject. I'm sure your face is going wild. How do you talk about battle rap but not talk about the longest reigning Mosh Jelton Show champion in battle rap?
You did have a good run, Schmitty. You were a very long reigning champion of the Mosh Jelton Show battle rap. We got to get you in here again one time. Maybe you can defend that title. You wanna talk about battle rap, or why don't you come do something about battle rap?
Yeah, we can get something set up. I'm sure we can get something set up, my brothers.
Hell yeah. Well, we got Mikey Fly in studio, bro. So where are you at?
Mikey.
Yeah, where are you at now, Schmidt?
Where are you at, Mike? What do
you know where I am?
What? I'm right
same
now.
place.
I'm actually
Same place
sitting on the Johns and it's about it.
Sitting on the John, calling in, cutting our spot. Now, where do I go from here, Schmitty? You're a professional radio guy. Where do I go?
Right now, you go to break, and you are listening.
We just came back from break.
Well, you should take another one. I'm sure you're behind on one anyway.
Oh, well, you're taking a break right now, Schmitty. We love you. Thanks for calling, brother.
All right, see you, brother.
Where's my? There it is. All right, he's on the John. He's on the John when he calls in. He's not on topic. He says, "What up to Mikey Fly?" I figured, he's going to have a bunch to say to Mikey Fly. He says, "Hi." You say hi back. Then he comes in and says, "Oh, these things are crazy. Here's what I think it is." No, it's not. And then he said, "Let's switch topics to battle rap." And then, Kreb, what the hell are these drone things, bro?
Dude, I don't know. I think Schmitty was on the dumper flying one of them around, to be honest. But, dude, I think it could be just, like a Mr. Beast type of character. Just, I have the money to buy a $100,000 drone. Let's just go mess with people.
But the government doesn't know, and they're not telling us.
Yeah, and they keep having these conferences and then have no answers for all these questions everybody's asking.
But if I know and you know, the government has to know.
Yeah, because there's not just one. There's a bunch.
What's the worst case scenario?
In my head, okay, so the worst case scenario is that it's a joint effort, mechanized in some way or another, and the government's too embarrassed to know because we got a security protocol breach or whatever from a foreign country. I think that what might actually be happening is that they're trying to socially condition us
for an alien invasion.
I
knew he was going to say it.
I've heard that.
I feel like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to social condition for an alien invasion. They're trying to say, "Hey, dude, look, we need to batten down the hatches. We got aliens aliens, brother. You know, the World War III scenario fizzled, so now they're looking for some other way to drive up sales for weapons.
And what is that? Those are holograms, is what you're saying.
Holograms, exactly. So I'm on board with you with the hologram thing because they're trying to condition us for an alien invasion.
But what's more likely? Are they going to condition us for an alien invasion, or do you think they might, all of a sudden you look in the sky and you see 10,000 Soviet planes coming to attack us, and then they usher in martial law? I don't think a lot of people would buy the alien stuff as much as they would buy us being attacked by a foreign country.
You think that it would be a foreign country attack?
Yeah.
But like the thing is that would be verifiable, right? If it's from an unknown or unknowable entity, that wouldn't be verifiable.
Unless they're coordinated.
Like Russia and the United States together in a joint operation?
Stranger things.
I mean, that's possible, but I doubt it given the current administration that this is unfolding on.
It's always something weird going on, man.
Well, I don't know. I don't believe our government has anything to do with the drones that are being spotted over New Jersey.
That's scary.
And that is the scariest part in my mind, because here's the thing. If the government was doing tests to keep things under wraps, well, first off, they have more secure facilities to do so in more remote areas, right? New Jersey isn't the best place to do so. But let's say they were.
Right.
Okay. Then I agree they wouldn't be coming out and saying, hey, we're testing these things, guys. It's the latest in our drone technology. Just don't say anything.
Sure,
That's not going to happen.
But let me be frank, just to cut it off real quick, because you're going on an assumption real quick, and I want to clear that up. Is that I said that this is social conditioning that the government is doing. It's in order to make us feel more, to look towards the sky for more objects and to be paranoid about the sky and the stuff that's happening over that.
Well, I understand that mentality, although I would think that that would be more in the realm of reality if the FBI wasn't asking people to come out and say any information that you have on these drones, and if you spot them anywhere, come to us. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know this without a doubt, but I'm pretty sure the FAA doesn't have any log of these aircraft flying in the United States airspace. So that's the scariest part.
If our government doesn't know what the hell this is, bro, this is wild. They're flying. They flew Chinese balloons over.
Yeah.
And then now we got drones. People are walking outside getting free. If that happened in the year 1999, everybody would freak out. I think they're doing a really good job.
They just closed an Air Force base today. Like
Where?
voluntarily. I don't know, somewhere up there.
Oh.
But
We're all gonna die. No, they're closing Air Force bases over there.
Ooh.
This is a little scary.
I heard the radio call, and they're like, yeah, till further notice, we're going to be grounded due to unforeseen circumstances or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Now, if only they would have did that in Kabul. I'm going to get canceled for that one.
Be careful.
Well, I don't know. Just my final thought on the
Absolutely.
subject is, if it was our government, then again, they would be doing a better job at keeping it under wraps. But even more so, just conceptually thinking, in the modern age of warfare with cyber technology increasing exponentially and cyber attacks being proven to be shown in other countries, then why isn't it illogical to think that one of our adversaries using an inexpensive means of surveillance wouldn't do so? Why wouldn't they use that?
What did he just say?
He's basically just trying to say, like, why are we, you know, if they're trying to be quiet about it, then why aren't we using a third party instead of, you know, what we're doing deliberately?
If someone's going to spy on us, they're going to do it now.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're the weakest that I think, have been maybe ever.
One person could say that the whole entire world is working with each other minus Russia, Iran, North Korea, and China.
Of course, yeah.
So we may not even, bro, who knows, bro? We may not even be human. The next thing you can find, Trump's going to get Time Magazine of the Year. And if that happens, you know you're in a parallel universe. Hold on, we got breaking news. Trump, Time Magazine Person of the Year. And if I did look up there and I saw those drones around here, there'd be only one thing to say to those drones.
Come on down, come on down, come on down, it's cool. Come on down, come on down, come on down, it's cool.
Mike, this is a new song that we got from a listener.
Is it one of those like AI produced?
Nah, this is Rob McManus.
Oh, it's actually
from the
live?
Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
He sent us a song, and it's the best song ever. I'm just going to play a little bit of it.
I could still remember when I laid my eyes on you. You were the prettiest girl and you knew it. What kind of approach must I use to get a girl like you? So sweet and tender too. Come on down, come on down, come on down, it's cool. Come on down, come on down, come on down, it's cool.
Bro, it's the best song ever, Fla. It is the best song.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, well, Fla's going to take my word for it. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we don't all die and everything will be all right. When we come back,
Hey, you're listening to the Methamphetamine Hour, also known as the Mosh Jelton Show. And this your boy Johnny B from 102.5 The Bone. This is the show I listen to when I think about hitting people.
welcome back to the Mosh Jelton Show. I am your host, Mosh Jelton, in tonight with a full squad. It's Mosh, Beatbox Bob, Ian Buck, Jay Skress, Brandon Michael Krebser, as well as the legendary Mikey Fla getting down. And Flasco, you remember this drop right here?
Hey, you're listening to the Methamphetamine Hour.
I was just thinking of that because I remember when he called in.
Well, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm going to play the whole drop. This is what I asked my boy, Johnny B. I said, hey, will you make a drop for my show? This is what he sent me.
Hey, you're listening to the Methamphetamine Hour, also known as the Mosh Jelton Show. And this your boy Johnny B from 102.5 The Bone. This is the show I listen to when I think about hitting people.
In retrospect, that was kind of a bitch thing to send me. And I was playing it in my comebacks, and I start to, I was told by a very, very famous person who may or may not have produced material for this show. And I talked to him on the phone, and he said to not be don't lash back out. And I learned not to lash out when the first person tried me, and then I lashed out and I got blackballed from everything. And then I kissed the teat and I came back and they did it to me again and I lashed out again. And it's just like, all right, man, I'm going to just stop lashing. But with that being said,
Hey, you did hold your ground, though, in all fairness.
exactly, because a lot of people don't understand.
I give you credit because, going against Calta like that, and, I think he could have tore you a new a-hole, really. I think he went easy on you. So he must have a little bit of respect there.
He went easy on me?
Well, yeah, because I know how, he could
What
probably,
radio stations am I on?
I think he could have destroyed you if he wanted to.
How much more could he have destroyed anything that what more could he have done? He stopped me from being on the biggest radio. This is exactly what I said I was going to stop doing. He stopped me from being on the biggest radio show that you could get on, and I'm running into roadblocks everywhere. What could he have done?
The door is still open. That's all I'm saying. It's like you're not. It's like you'll never work in this town again. No, he didn't do that. He just he.
I'll tell you, if I was
If
I was Ryan Hoppy, I think he could have destroyed me. If I was somebody that was destroyable, I think you could destroy me. But when you don't have any kids and you've been doing this for a long time and you don't have much to lose but this, and you're as qualified and talented as I am and you look as good as I do and you have the length that I have, you don't really worry about Mr. Boombastic. And sure, he's not going to live forever. He's got 25 years on. And we want him to live forever. I want him to live forever. Let's let bygones be bygones. Mike, you've stunted my career twice for no reason. You can't tell me a reason, but that's cool. We're going to let bygones be bygones, but you are a soft bitch.
Johnny B.
Johnny B. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. Johnny B. Yeah, so he sent that. In retrospect, I look back and say that was a bitch move. You could have sent me something nice that could help. All these people, you see the little bits of sabotagery on your way there, and you're like, I just took that and made that what you didn't want me to make it, and now everybody loves me because of it. So, but we stopped playing it as much because, I don't want to go off on anybody. Just hearing that stuff, I'm like, man, you're a bitch, bro.
Like, yeah, it's petty. You can't get pettier than that, dude. It's the methamphetamine hour.
And at the time when I got it, it was Johnny B, so I was just happy, like, oh, it's Johnny B that sent me this. Let's play this, boom, boom. And now that I'm bigger than Johnny B, I'm just like, man, the methamphetamine hour.
There's big things happening over there from what I hear.
You can see that from that far? Big things?
At 102.5 at the Bone.
Was he here? We were talking about Roger and JP.
No, I did hear about that, but, if they're going to make any big changes, it's going to be now, I mean, they might even switch up to a full-on country.
And that's...
country music.
I don't know. I think it'll stay talk, but I'll tell you right now, I would be floated as the number one name if it wasn't for circumstances. No doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. So what can you do? You got to put your chin up, and keep rolling, and
I think you made some good moves. You made some good contacts. I don't think that your name is not tarnished. Let's put it that way. No, at least not in my book.
Well, I think most people see that I'm the next up, and that they're trying to play both sides of the fence because the old school ain't going to be around here for much longer. I am the next up in Tampa Bay. Nobody can say a name. You can't even articulate another person's name that has the possibility to do what I can do in Tampa radio here. And I'm sure people will call me delusional for saying that. It's just because I've been doing this.
You are delulu.
It's just because I've been doing this. So with that being said, hope good things happen to everybody. I wish everybody... If I go through this forever and I feel like I'm number one and I always come up short, God has a plan.
I agree with you.
And that would be a very crappy plan for me, man. Don't do that. Is there anything going on, Brandon Michael Krebser? Is there anything going on for sports this week?
Yo, Tampa. Let me just say this. It's a good time to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan right now. Tampa Bay just came off a game versus the LA Chargers. They demolished them 40-17 in a critical game for them to maintain playoff stability, which they are in right now, standing their division at 8-6.
So it's Tampa that's standing
Tampa Bay at 8-6, leading the division. Right behind them is the Atlanta Falcons at 6-7. So if they maintain what they got going on right now, it's going to be a good thing for the Tampa Bay area. 3-4 weeks ago, they lost Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, wide receivers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got Mike Evans back, right? Ever since then, he has been lighting it up like nobody can ever witness. With Baker Mayfield throwing up the numbers he has the most touchdowns in the league.
Not Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans.
Baker Mayfield throwing the football, quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah,
has the most touchdowns throwing
in
Baker Mayfield
in the NFL right now.
Damn.
He just came off a game versus the Chargers, which was a desperate win to keep them locked.
Baker Mayfield just came off of a game.
Baker Mayfield, okay. That's correct. Baker Mayfield, quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, went 22 for 27, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Nice.
Great, right? Mike Evans back in the game, wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He had 9 receptions, a whopping 159 in yards, and 2 touchdowns. Granted, the running game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is great with Rashid White, but the rookie, Bucky Irving, this dude is insane. He had 15 carries for 117 yards. Granted, he did not score a touchdown, but those stats combined make the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a top contender for the playoffs.
So do you see the Tampa Bay making the playoffs for sure?
I can 100% guarantee that's a lock.
So the Tampa Bay is locked in for the playoffs. That's good for us Tampanians to hear.
That's absolutely great. But unfortunately for the Green Bay Packers, they're in trouble. I'm just saying. Despite Detroit Lions losing to the Buffalo Bills, which granted gives the Minnesota Vikings a chance to take the number 1 seed and have home field advantage.
Granted.
The Vikings are playing the Chicago Bears right now. They are winning 13-0. If we win this game and in week 17 we beat the Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings will be the number 1 seed going in. Detroit Lions would most likely be number 2. Green Bay will most likely make the playoffs, but they'll be like the 6th seed.
So is your team, the Minnesota Vikings, in the same block as the Tampa Bay
Yeah,
Bucks?
we're in the same division, yeah. We're in the same.
And is that the same division as the Green Bay Packers?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so we're all Schmitty, who fancies himself a Packer.
Yes.
And Brandon Michael Krebser, who is a Viking.
Right.
If we're all in the same block, then who's the best team so far this year? Tampa Bay. Is it going to be the Packers from Schmitty, or is it your Vikings? Who's more suited to win a Super Bowl this year?
The most suitable team would definitely be, and I'm not being biased because it is my team, but the most suitable team is the Minnesota Vikings. They are underrated like no other. They have the best wide receiver duo, but the Bucs have the capability with having wide receiver Mike Evans back. It's very possible with those numbers that they keep putting up. It's gonna be a challenge.
And Schmitty's Packers are.
It's a wash.
It's a wash?
It's a wash.
All right, you guys know how to do this. Let's do it. 1-1. You're on the Mosh Jelton Show. What's popping?
Kreb comes off with the most trash statements about the Minnesota Vikings.
We've got Schmitty on the line. Schmitty fancies himself a Packers fan. Kreb is a Vikings fan, and here we go. Kreb, Schmitty, go ahead. One at a time.
Well, I would say I'm more than just a Packer fan. I'm actually an NFL fan. Kreb is, he's starting to come into it and broaden his horizon with stats from other teams. Barely knew his own team last year. But we're only a half a game behind the Vikings. So even if we win out and we beat the Vikings, guess what happens? We jump them. So we have a very good chance of also potentially topping the NFC North.
No. That's literally impossible. You're a half
We're not
game,
topping the North.
You're a half game behind. You're a half game behind, correct?
Correct.
All right. Did you lose to Detroit?
Yes.
So
yes,
we lost to Detroit as well, right?
Correct.
We beat
But
you.
if
So
Detroit has a worse
statistically,
overall
even if
record
you
than us by
win
the end-
out the next couple games you have, you will statistically not be better than who? The Minnesota Vikings.
Let me slow you down. If the Detroit Lions, who is also in the NFC North, by the way, has a worse overall record than Green Bay, whether they beat us or not, Green Bay is ahead of them, correct? And if we have a split tie between Minnesota and Green Bay, 1-1, now it starts going into other aspects. Who's overall better in the NFC? And then it goes from there down to points. So then it gets really crazy if you didn't know that. And Green Bay will top the Vikings and will win out. And Jordan Love's going to have a performance just like last year, the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, and go on a tear. He's already 7 touchdowns and no interceptions over the last 4 weeks. And we're throwing up 30 burgers as well. So slow down.
Regardless.
Just sit back and watch like last year and enjoy the show.
If somebody interrupts, let them come in and get a point, and then when you interrupt, they'll let you come in. Go ahead.
Regardless of quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love's spectacular season. It doesn't matter when it comes to division. Do you know what division means? Because
yes, correct.
Because
and
if the Minnesota Vikings have beaten the Green Bay Packers and our record is better than the Green Bay Packers, it doesn't matter if you were the same record as us going into the playoffs. We beat you in the regular season. That means we are the upper hand.
We have another game to play against each other, my friend.
I know this.
And if we beat you, it's a 50-50 split, and it goes beyond that. So if we end up tied with the same record, because you're only a half a game behind. So if we beat you, we're tied division, tied record. So you got to go a little bit deeper. We will have a better record than you in the actual NFC North.
If you just put your hands together and look at it, how much hope do you think you have?
How much hope?
I'll wait.
Good. Same song and dances every year, my friend. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
All right, I'll do that, Schmidt. I appreciate you.
See ya.
Wow. Wow. In terms of, that was,
Whoa. Dude doesn't know what he's talking about.
these people are learning how to do radio. It's getting scary. That was shocking to see that. I was like, they never let it go. They always, when it's not about radio. And then he goes and does the most radio thing you could do. And I'm like, oh my. I was shocked when he
Oh my God.
everything else.
Electrified.
He found a point. He let Schmitty take the win on the outro, and then he took it. Because the way that you win is to steel man the other person's argument. Let them get a point. Now they should let you get a point. Because if nobody gets points, then nobody gets anything. But if everybody gets points, then everybody gets everything.
Right.
That was very, very impressive to see you do that. Yeah, I love. I asked Kreb about sports just because I know Schmitty's going to call in and do. It's the funniest thing you could possibly see.
It's always the best.
These guys are great. You're a Giants fan, right?
The Giants haven't been good for a long time. I mean, yeah, they're always going to be my team, but they aren't very good.
Is that a yes?
Yes, she's a Giants fan.
Okay.
Giants and Bucks.
More along the lines of she's trying to switch up.
I'm always a Bucks fan too, so
Do you think Tom Brady's cute?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You could stay near the mic if you think we're going to have a one-on-one.
Okay.
So you think Tom Brady's cute?
Yeah.
What about Gronkowski?
He's okay. He's too big of a dude that I like, but
Is there any athlete other than Tom Brady that's better looking than Tom Brady to you?
oh yeah, a bunch. I mean, I don't know all their names, but
Do you know any of their names?
are you talking about just football or
See, I think she's like a Michael Phelps type of girl.
no way.
Someone that engages in sports.
Yeah, there's definitely cuter ones than Tom Brady.
Do any of them have names?
Baker's cute.
Baker?
Yeah, Baker's cute.
So Baker Mayfield is better looking than Tom Brady to you?
A little bit, yeah. Tom's a little bit older now.
And when did you decide to raid Beetlejuice's wardrobe? Was that before 1985 or was that afterwards?
Before.
It looks like you're about to referee a hippie event.
Yes, I would love that.
I mean,
I'm there. I'm there for it.
it looks like it kind of looks like you're trying to blend in with those Star Wars guys that shoot the. Anyways,
Stormtroopers.
the stormtroopers. You damn stormtrooper. Don't go anywhere. It's our final break. We'll be right back. This is the Mosh Jelton Shizno.
Yeah.
Seatbelts, guys.
Click it or ticket.
Click it or ticket.
I can't find mine.
You can't find your seatbelt?
No.
All right, so the
Victimless crime.
age-old question is, should you be able to get a damn ticket because you're not wearing your seatbelt? Should it be your choice, or should the government choose that you should have to wear a seatbelt? I have always been the guy that says, nah, you shouldn't be able to be ticketed because you don't want to wear a seatbelt, right? I think it's kind of dumb.
Right.
Bryce Mitchell, a UFC fighter, was asked about this.
Okay.
And he gave a response about seatbelts. Now, my thoughts aren't exactly as far as he goes, but I like them.
Belts.
Seatbelts, I think it's just like you get to choose if you want to wear a seatbelt. The government doesn't, they don't wipe my ass for me, and they shouldn't be able to tell me if I want to wear a seatbelt. I personally don't like them because I think, what if you got to jump out of the car and roll, duck and roll?
What if you got to jump out of the car and duck and roll? Now that right there might not have been from a physics perspective.
Was he thinking like NASCAR? Like, Ricky Bobby, you're not on fire.
Yeah, a duck and roll. I don't know. Does he have any more insight for us?
Roll. And nobody ever thinks about that. So I don't personally wear a seatbelt, but I grew up, my mom never wore one. I just don't believe in them. And it's not.
He don't believe in seatbelts. They never even existed. By the way, Bryce Mitchell does believe the earth is flat. There's some context.
Up to the government to decide if I should wear a seatbelt or not. So that's just my view on it, and that's why I don't wear them. But maybe, I strapped my baby in. I strapped Tucker in, but I just.
Thank God, because you were about to get arrested if you didn't strap your baby in. I tend to believe that seatbelts are for nigh. I think that there's some, like if I'm going 90 miles an hour,
right,
I'm going to go to jail because that's speeding, because I only drive in school zones.
Right.
But if I'm going 45 miles an hour, I'm cool. If I'm going 60, I might be like, all right, I'm going to put my seatbelt on because I crash, it might flip, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm going 30 miles an hour, I don't think that Uncle Sam should be able to come ticket me for not wearing my seatbelt. Well, well, you're not, like he said, you're not my dad, bro. What are you doing?
Paramedics push seatbelts because it kind of makes the accident scene a little easier to clean up. Pretty much. It keeps everybody in the car.
That makes sense. See, I get that. So then there's less picking up and dragging and stuff, like a logistical issue.
Also, with catastrophic collisions, that is certainly the case. Even in minor collisions, it's scientifically proven that seatbelts reduce the likelihood of traumatic injuries, right? So think about it. Even
Is
if
it
you're
scientifically proven, or is there a
yes.
correlation? Is it causation or
because
just correlation?
Car manufacturers have done tests to basically safety rate their vehicles, right? And they've done very similar tests during the inception of seatbelts, and before seatbelts, when somebody would get in a crash that's as low as 30 or 40 miles an hour, you have nothing restraining you, and you're all of a sudden coming to a stop, flying into the windshield of your vehicle.
Right.
So what's that going to cause? Head, neck injuries, right? Best case scenario, if you're not wearing a seatbelt, yeah, you're going to get a little whiplash, maybe wallop your forehead on the steering wheel. Other than that, I feel like everybody, while it is, again, everybody has free will, it's their choice. If you're
it's not their choice. That's the whole thing we're talking about.
Well,
should you have to be, do you think the government should charge you if you're not wearing your seatbelt?
Well, this is a little bit of, like, in my mind, like, oh, the government's going to charge you. Like, it's a small civil traffic infraction. It's not like you're going to prison.
It's a damn ticket. It's a ticket. It's a damn ticket.
Well, driving is a privilege.
What's popping? You're on the Mosh Jelton Show.
I'm all for seatbelts. I have to.
Hold on, Kathy. Let me introduce you. Schmitty did it too, bro. I'm like, I know everyone knows you guys, but we still want to introduce you. We've got Kathy, the astrologist extraordinaire. Yeah, we are talking about seatbelts, Kathy, and it's not the fact that whether or not you believe in it. Tell me whether or not you believe Uncle Sam should be able to charge me if they catch me not wearing a seatbelt.
Well, I was going to take it in a totally different direction.
I figured.
I've been having this reoccurring, thought. It's a waking dream. You know how your mind will drift off when you're awake?
Sure.
And I'm planning on traveling soon to Illinois. And, it's cold now. And the roads get wet. And there's also a lot of rivers on the way to Illinois that you've got to go over. And there's big bridges. And so I'm just panicking about going over these big bridges and to get into Illinois because of the icy roads and things like that.
Well, there's nothing to panic about. I mean, the bridges, they are big, and a lot of people, sometimes you can crash and you could slip on the ice and a lot of stuff could fall on you and it's like, BAM! And it could hurt and everyone's, you get off the road and it's kind of, it's kind of crazy.
I think what it is too, your brain takes memories on. And so I saw the outcome of the woman who was in a semi-truck. She was in not the kind that you sleep in, but the kind you drive for the day. And she was on the Brooklyn Bridge or something. Right. And somebody stopped in front of her and she turned and hit and boom. And then the cab of the truck was hanging over the side of the bridge, She got rescued from it, but she's a bit traumatized. She was a veteran too, I read, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, thank you for her service.
Before Milton was making landfall and I was hauling it to Miami and I got caught up in a tornado and I saw a semi truck swept out the highway and he got flipped around and mangled and everything. And the cab of the truck was the back of the truck was lifted up off. You know how the separation between the lanes, you have like, you know, a 4 foot, whatever that is.
It sounds like you're reading me
barrier.
a page from an adult novel.
I'm just trying to tell you that I can imagine him surviving. He did survive. I read the story because he was strapped into that front seat. He was strapped in there.
Yeah.
Let me look at the chart for the night. What did it sound like I was reading? A Reader's Digest? What did you say?
No, it sounded like it was a 1, 2, 3 thing. You have the astrology chart, though. So tell us a little bit about our astrology while we've got a minute here. I want to know. Tell me about the stars,
All right.
Kathy.
Well, the sun has been perusing through Sagittarius, and that's a fun place for the sun to be.
Hell
Mercury had been going retrograde, so all of our big plans may have been on hold, sidetracked, gone this way, people holding up the party. Mercury's finally gone direct. What I do love about the conversation, though, is that Venus moved into Aquarius. And when Venus is in Aquarius, it highlights this energy of loving logic and loving statistics. And there's a logical way out of everything and having a passion for that sort of thing. The moon moved into Cancer overnight. You know, we had the full moon this past weekend. It peaked on Sunday.
It's crazy.
And that was a pretty big, bright weekend. But the moon moved into Cancer today, and it's kind of like a quieter day, you know, maybe eat your feelings kind of day, reviewing your history kind of day, going
Hell
over
yeah.
shared history.
Kathy, if you had to get rid of either Jupiter or Neptune, which one would be gone from the solar system forever? Jupiter or Neptune?
Neither. I can't part with any of them.
Come on, pagan, you can do this.
No. They both matter. But the truth is, you know, Jupiter is squared up with Saturn right now. Those two have a long-standing square here recently. Jupiter's in its fallover in Gemini. There's a lot of ideas. Gemini likes to learn a lot of things, and when Jupiter's there, it's like it's overflowing. There's opportunity in it, but you've got to pick through the too much.
What about Pluto, man? What about Pluto?
Pluto moved into Aquarius and is in Aquarius, and I think, you know,
every time she says that,
we've been waiting for this, but the effects of Pluto in Aquarius are going to be 20 years long, and the start of it, I have a feeling that like that incident with that CEO, that's kind of like some Pluto and Aquarius thing. It's like
that incident with the CEO,
Lord of the underworld.
All right, real quick, Kathy, slow down,
humanitarian.
because I'm already. I should be done right here, but I just want to ask you real quick. You're sad about that shooting of the CEO, right?
I don't think murder is okay.
Thank you.
But I also understand that people in that position murder people by proxy all the time, directly, in order to make more money for themselves.
I agree.
And
the
like
healthcare system is messed up, but you disagree. You disagree that murder is the answer. So that's what I was just wondering.
I'm just saying. I'm just reading the vitals of the society. Like a lot of people are okay with it. You would say that, yeah?
Absolutely.
A lot of people, yeah.
Absolutely. All right,
so
Kathy, look, hold on,
really...
Kathy, slow down. I know you're like a bull in a china shop, but I am now 1 minute over. So we love you. I got to flex. We're on Sunshine right now. But Kathy, ladies and gentlemen, she is the astrologist extraordinaire. Thank you so much, Kathy. Yeah, guys, we've only got a couple seconds left, and we love hearing Kathy. But sometimes she gets going, and it's hard to stop. It's kind of like it's like Trump a little bit. You know, it's hard to stop. Not that I want to stop Trump. I'm not telling you who I voted for. Shut up!